They do the roundabout COVID test. Hey, Kel, do you know anybody with COVID? No? Well, you know me.
Ain't got it. Don't want it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BAB podcast, BAB-Cast. So if you would be so gracious, give us a like, a subscribe, or a charity share, just share it to one of your friends. If you actually share it to one of your friends, especially if you hate it, just be like, these guys are assholes and we don't like them. And we want everybody to know that they suck at this whole thing. And isn't it hilarious that they're so bad? Anyhow, the BAB podcast is short for badass building, badass business, badass balls. And we're not talking about testicles. We're talking about sports balls. We may have a segment in here with music called Badass Beats and some badass booze because we all like to drink a little bourbon while we're having this fun, sexy time here. So anyhow, we're going to kick off today's episode. This is the 4th day of February in 2021.
Still Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Valentine's Day is coming up. Yeah, it's coming up. So we're going to talk about some building stuff. And I posted a little post on Facebook today, kind of going over some roofing things that we had going on. And I thought it was kind of cool. We had the foam sprayed down on the project that we have out in Picacho Hills. And I just kind of took it as an opportunity to kind of highlight that what we do roofing wise is a little different than a lot of other folks. We do a monolithic spray foam roof. And one of the cool things about doing that is that we end up with a roof without seams. So as the foam's put down, you end up with the roof that doesn't have any seams. It's right now with the foam down, the roof is technically dried in. We put a coating on top that's we call it a tri-lock. It's 3 coats of acrylic that's granulated. And it ends up being pretty tough and robust, giving us a roof that we feel really comfortable giving, a 5+ year warranty on.
Can you walk on it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what's funny about foams, and that's kind of my, my wheelhouse, because that's how me and Kelly met at the very beginning, is like, so you have the way that they measure foams is there's kind of 2 types of foams. There's 3, but the third one's kind of new and it's kind of not really adopted yet, but it's a hybrid. But there's closed cell foams, which is kind of the beginning, the really popular in the aviation industry at the onset. Like they would use them to kind of seal up airplanes, and they would use closed cell foams for that. And then it kind of started to find its way into the construction industry. It's, they're water resistant, being closed cell. And then when you up the poundage, which is how they're measured. So foams are measured in pounds. So if you hear somebody's talking about foams and they say, oh, this is a 1/2 pound or a 2 pound or a 3 pound, that's per cubic foot. So if you can imagine like, a cube, a cubic foot by a foot by a foot, that's how
like the word says.
Yeah, like a cube, like a sphere, but square. So imagine a 12-inch sphere, but
now we know why Matt's single.
Square it off. Thanks, E. Appreciate it.
Can you?
Foot. It's just a bunch of triangles that are stacked up.
Yeah. It's like 2 triangles that are in every. Yeah, that's how you guys.
This is how the pyramids were born.
You guys know it's. Yeah. So take 4 pyramids, 1 on the bottom, 2 on the sides, and then 1 on the top, and then 2 more on the front and back, and you got a cube.
Six pyramids.
Six pyramids. Yeah.
Do you think you could go to the gym? Do you think you could go to the gym and talk about the pounds that you're talking about, and people would think that you're talking about weightlifting?
If we made them into weights, they would be hilarious weights to get them that heavy.
Yeah, that's true. Anyhow, so with foams, so they're you can walk on it. Long of the story short is, so the density of that foam is really dense. So it ends up being really firm. And then that coating helps a lot too, because it's 3 layers of acrylic coating with granules in it. And it's all locked together, so it gives it a really hard finish. But one of the benefits of that is that you don't have seams, because everything's fluid applied. it's monolithic. It's like you basically just don't, you don't have the only real issues you could have in the future are just through the penetrations, and every roof has that issue. So that's really what you have to just watch when you're doing any types of maintenance. But yeah, that being the case, the closed cell spray foam roof. So the one that's up there right now that you're seeing the picture of that's a 2.8 pound foam. And in these pictures, I know if you're just listening, you're not looking, we got the guys are doing the parapet. So the field's kind of done, and they're taking care of the parapets. In fact, there's a picture of Justin right there shooting the parapet. And
so it's always a white finish.
It's actually kind of yellow.
Yeah, it kind of turns yellow when it gets a little bit of sunlight, and then we coat it with a white acrylic. So it'll be white when it's done.
If you guys got like a building project in Alaska or something, could you do a black finish?
Ooh, to like reverse, like from a reverse solar heat gain type thing.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea.
I would imagine. So. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, and they make some polyureas that are black. That's an interesting question.
Yeah, we would probably switch material to one that would be more heat friendly.
Yeah.
Absorbent.
There's a great picture of the view from this house. Look at that.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's something cool.
Is there gonna be a deck up on top?
No.
Going up stairs is a tough one for people as they get older. So sometimes it's, when you got the view out back around the pool, just stay out back around the pool.
Yeah.
There's a little
their view from the
lift
back
masters that you can go upstairs now. You think you sit down in them and
catapults? Is that what you want us to put in a catapult to throw someone up on the roof? Nick, that's the worst idea. Horrible idea.
What we could also do is we could plant a tree and wait about 20 to 30 years and put a tree house.
Yeah. That'd be sweet.
Yeah. But you got to water it.
The house. Oh, no.
Drip system.
Yeah. Drip system.
Just a bunch of ice cubes. Let them melt slowly. 20 years. Tree house.
Yeah.
Well, no, the cool thing about the spray foam is that us, although we don't market ourselves as an energy efficient builder, it's really a byproduct of some of the choices we've made as a standard in construction. So all of our flat roofs are going to be, unless driven by a customer or a budget to go this other direction, which has happened. It's always going to be a spray foam, which not only once the acrylic coating goes on, does it have a really high retroreflective value. It also adds, an additional 2 to 3, R.
About an R6, R7 by the time the dust settles,
Maybe even more with the acrylic coat. I mean, the acrylic coating's got to help too. So, it's just additional insulation up on the roof that has, a really good effect on how energy efficient your home is. And in Crucis, I mean, you want to direct a ton of attention towards being able to keep your house cool. And it's just it's a cool way that we do it. And with the upcoming change in the energy code, it will be something. I had a conversation with his buddy of all our buddies, Mike Frames, the owner of Arista Development. And, he was like, hey, what are you guys going to do to comply with the new energy code? And I was like, man, I haven't thought, I don't think we have to change anything. And he's like, oh, well, we're going to do this, this, and this. And I was like, yeah, Mike, we do that on all of our houses. And he's like, God dang, and they build as nice a house as anyone in town. But it is funny that a byproduct of something, we don't even talk about it. There's not even a discussion until we're sitting down with customers.
Yeah.
We really focus on the aesthetic appeal of the house. Like that what initially catches your eye, what boom jumps out at you is just, is it pretty? And when we accomplish that, and then all of a sudden we kind of show you, oh, by the way, I know you paid more, but here's why, and here's a product from it. So
when's that energy code
benefits
change
of
going
building
into
with
effect?
It's coming up in March. They said something permitting after March or something in the county. Is that right, Kel? Is it
maybe March 18th or March 28th or something?
Yeah, I think you're right with the 8. Yeah, it's got an 8.
Essentially, I feel like just end of March. Like as soon as March is over, you got to jump through a ton of hoops. And the sad thing is the government agencies involved in this decision think that they've got the end user, the customer's best interest in mind. And then what they don't realize at times, is that now they're making it more expensive for anyone to get into a house.
Yeah.
It's almost like if they came in with, our Ameritrade account or Webull, and they're like, oh yeah, no, we want you all to be here, but we won't let you open an account unless you put $100,000 in here. And it's like, well, I can't do that. And that's an extreme exaggeration of the extent.
No, but you're doing a good job of, and that's one of my favorite little thought experiments to do is test it to the limits, right? And then that's kind of what you're doing. It's like if you just said like, well, now the minimum is this, it does make it raises the threshold and it makes it less accessible.
Yeah, I mean, like if someone was like, we need you to put $50,000 in a trading account, I'd be like, I can't do it. Fortunately, I mean, we're in a position right now with the company that we could put 10, 15, something like that wouldn't, but and the thing that's frustrating about it is that I understand that you're trying to help people build better houses, but at the end of the day, you also have to have affordable housing, and you've got to be able to build something that, and don't get me wrong, it's going to suck when your electric bill is fucking $300 and you're like, wow. But then all of a sudden, what you do is you're like, all right, it doesn't go below 75 in here today, and
right.
You adjust, you go, hey, we have a nice house to live in. No, don't touch the air conditioning.
Well, so to your point, Kel, so and not to turn this into like a praise of the capitalist system, but like you look at what El Paso Electric is doing, even with the Clear Results program and those incentives that they've done. So El Paso Electric, as a market decision, has decided that they want you to reduce usage because they're at the cusp of having to expand capacity. So they're trying to curtail usage with this Clear Results program, incentivizing you switching over to LEDs, more efficient appliances, more efficient air conditioners. So they're going to give you credits because they're going, it's cheaper for us to pay you guys to reduce your consumption than it would be for them to look at making a capacity increase, specifically in Las Cruces, where they're dealing with transmission and that whole thing. So it is a little bit of an interesting thought experiment that I think you brought up, is like, well, if you're going to raise these thresholds, what's funny is that that same pressure for energy efficiency is coming from a business, and I mean, El Paso Electric is heavily regulated, but it literally does serve their interest to make sure that you're not using a crap ton of energy, because it puts a strain on the system, and they don't want to have rolling brownouts. That's not good for business. That's going to get them, in a whole world of shit with the regulators. So they're trying to do the things that would be better for them in the long term and financially. And the irony is that the big bad electric company is making or making moves for greener air quotes houses, which is cool. I mean, I'm not bitching about it. I think it's really, really a cool thing. And I think what's interesting with code updates is kind of like the selectivity in which they adopt them, because they write a new building code every year, if I'm not mistaken, and it's just a matter of when that gets adopted by local municipalities and local governments. So there's a lot of stuff. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Speaking of which, cancel. I was going to share my screen. For any of our future listeners or anyone who happens to be on Zia Natural Gas, one of the things that Zia Natural Gas has got out there is an application for an energy efficient program where they will give you an $800, I believe, up to $800 credit on your natural gas bill. And you come through and you fill it out. And we've helped one of our customers. One of our customers brought it to our attention, John and Kellyanne Moore, and we helped them fill theirs out. And then we have another customer in the North Valley in Gray Fox, Jay and Debbie Hermosillo. And so we're trying to help them fill this out because, I mean,
we should reach out to Matt and Jenna and let them know that this is available too, now that we're talking about it, because they're right down the road.
Yeah, we 100% need to get this filled out for them. But I mean,
they should have a category for like number of blankets that you have.
don't just wood burning fireplace.
Yeah.
But but no, like the cool thing is, I mean, there's just a bunch of things, you know.
What are you guys doing with your poops?
New
You guys
construction.
burning your poops for heat?
I'm drying them.
$800 right here. And we need to help them fill it out, you know, and 100%, all of these are, I mean, we can help. I mean, how cool would it be to go back after you built a house for someone 2 years ago and be like, hey, we filled this out for you because we know all the information and we're going to help you try to get an $800 credit on your gas bill.
Well, check out how badass this is. So go back down, Kel. So just going where we just were, where it goes, okay, and now I'm reading here. So new construction, $800 over 2,000 square feet, main heat source, 92% or higher. So we're putting in 95s. We're tankless. We hit that one. And we're not even using a natural gas dryer. Well, that would be on them because we don't typically supply a dryer with the purchase.
Range, although
or range. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, we do a range, one additional natural gas outlet for the barbecue grill or a fire pit, you know, and then insulation of R30 or greater. Done. Boom. Check.
$800,000.
So
no, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we want to come through and help people fill these out, and you know, maybe we help a little. I don't know. You know, that I think that's at the end of the day, that's one of the fun things that would be cool to do with.
So Zia has that rebate program or that credit, but
Zia natural
City
gas.
of Las Cruces doesn't City of Las Cruces offer natural gas as well?
Yeah, there's city gas,
but and they don't do anything like that.
I haven't seen it. I'd have to check. That fell in our lap with the John and Kellyanne Moore. So
seems like the city should do something like that as well.
For sure. So I don't really want to talk about concrete today. We don't have any new starts.
I had you know what I just wanted to show that I thought was kind of cool is that it was just this is more for anybody who's just watching and not necessarily listening, but we got a really cool picture that Mark took today of the pad that we poured today, and I just thought it was cool. So
that is a good photo.
Yeah, I just thought it was nice with the way the sun's hitting it.
It looks like he's on Tatooine.
Yeah, no.
How long does it take a pad to cure, or like how long before you can start building on that pad?
It all depends. If you're in cold, one thing that we've found out the hard way is the colder the weather, the slower it kind of cures.
It takes.
Yeah. So you really, you know, but out here you're going to get it probably 90 to 95% of your strength within a week or two. It moves. Oh, you see that photo right there? If you look in the background over by one of the over by one of the Ocotillos, that's me.
Oh,
well, there somehow, some way, wind blew an entire box of plastic wrap around all
I was picking at that for a half hour the last time I was over there, Kelly.
You should.
And like my fingers were just in pain from all the times I got poked from that Ocotillo, and I vowed to go and get gloves and come back, and I forgot about it until right now.
I cleaned 2 Ocotillo completely up because
you guys should post your permits on Ocotillos.
That's how you have to go do it. No, the slab does look good. The slab,
what's really nice is that we do get permits for when it's time to do something, and we're just really proud of applying for permits to do work.
Building related question, not at all related to slab, I don't think, but in like just an estimate, a ballpark figure, how far can a nail go out of a nail gun?
Like if you're a sniper?
Yeah. If you're like a nail gun sniper.
30 or 40 feet. Maybe more, maybe 50, 60. I don't know. I've definitely held the thing back and shot him.
Let's stop guessing and just film something, okay?
Yeah, ease on to the correct answer.
I don't know. I don't want to. I'll be on the trigger end, not on the standing over there to see end.
It'd be funny to take a nail gun to the shooting range.
We'll just take it. We'll just take it to one of our houses. We'll have a contest with a target. No, I think the coolest thing that we should talk about, especially considering time constraints and how easy it is to just go on and on in this section. We pulled the trigger today on pursuing that lot split of Kevin Edgington's lot in the Jornada subdivision off of Highway 70. The 5-acre lot. We're going to try to split it into essentially 2 1.25 acre lots and then a 2.5 acre lot. I've already got a buyer lined up for the lot that Kevin doesn't want. So Kevin will get his lot. I think we've sold the one, and that will lead to another. No,
Nah, it's just another opportunity that we're working on. Yeah, more to follow, but I think it's big and cool, and we want to tell you about it. But I just feel like I don't want to. What do they say? Don't count your chickens before they hatch. That kind of thing. But I think it'd be cool to be like, bam, when it happens. I don't want to jinx it. No jinxing.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
All right.
I'll drink to that.
It's on the fucking agenda, so maybe we take it off of there.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I just thought about it and I was like, I
don't know. I don't think any of the 35 fucking people that listen to this are going to be like, we're gonna get out there and fucking stop them, man. Fuck this shit. We've been trying. I got my ear to the ground, and I heard on a podcast that 7 people subscribed to. And
where'd you file that lot split at? I'm heading down there tomorrow.
You're gonna go. If you ever wanted to fuck something up, dude, just go to Mesilla, buy some pottery, go fucking smash it up into bits, and then scatter it around there and pretend like it's like a cultural fucking site. Like, wait a minute. This is a Navajo graveyard.
Just go bury some over there and be like, oh, look what I found.
To get the whole thing.
From the Pueblos.
Now, you're giving me great ideas between that and a chemical spill. I think that's...
Wow. All right. Well, then
I'm sorry, Kelly.
That's it for that section. So.
Let's get it done, and then we'll tell everybody about it. Let's get it done.
I don't understand what's wrong. Okay, I guess. I guess our reach is just too much.
Our proud sponsor Yeti,
Nick, don't
keeps our ice.
Because then Matt's
mine's not Yeti, but it
Arctic.
is
Then Arctic
ice cold.
Arctic's
baby. Arctic's gonna now back out and be like, "Oh, fuck you guys! You were our boys. We're ruining everything now."
Yeah. Never even heard of Arctic.
No. The Antarctic?
That's where there's a lot of ants.
Yeah, I wonder, are there any ants in the Antarctic?
Let's move.
I don't think so.
Come on, let's move on to something else.
Yeah.
Fucking screeching halt.
All right, what's next?
I don't know.
What's next on the agenda?
Don't follow the
multifamily. I think
Kelly's bitter. God damn it, Nick.
Are you talking stocks next?
Yeah, we're talking stocks.
Stock talk.
Yeah, so I was just looking at Yahoo, and they're bragging about, thanks to Elon Musk, Dogecoin is through the roof.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not through the roof. Elon, we need you to do more. You have 45.4 million followers on Twitter, and Dogecoin is currently at 0.044213. So
yeah. I love.
I don't know what these followers are doing. But
I mean, I don't
Dogecoin.
I don't understand. Like, so is like, and this is a legit question: is Dogecoin blockchain, or is like what is it like Bitcoin, or do we know?
It's crypto. Yeah,
but is it blockchain like Bitcoin is?
It is, but it's so much easier to mine than. You can basically acquire one Dogecoin every minute if you're mining it. And to piggyback on E's call out for Elon, Mark Cuban also got on the Doge train, and he tweeted out about Doge last night as well, I believe, and it hasn't really helped out tremendously. I mean, I think it got up to over 5 cents a Dogecoin earlier today.
Ethereum has had a crazy run these last couple of days.
Yeah. But
yeah, Ethereum's is
like
through the roof.
I'm on Dogecoin, I'm up 1,300% on Dogecoin
Holy balls.
because I bought it at 0.003. And so even at 4 cents a Dogecoin, I'm still making over 1,000% return.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's that penny stock of.
And it's also interesting. I mean, what did Bitcoin start off at? Like the same value.
Right.
But it's harder to mine Bitcoin at this point. I don't know how hard it was to mine Bitcoin back in the day.
Well, and as I understand it, like there's only 21 million or some shit like that Bitcoin that are going to ever be mined. So like there's a finite amount of Bitcoin. What I missed? What happened? I want to laugh.
You stroke out on us with your internet connection, and it's just so funny.
You need to get like some internet expander or something at your house way up there.
Get a diesel engine.
You know what I want to do is I wanted to talk to Jason and Sarah about I guess they switched over to ZiaNet, and it's like a sat link, and it's a lot better.
He's already said, he goes, dude, it's not even fun close. Like it's
I need to switch over to that because CenturyLink like blows ass.
Well, so don't talk about it, be about it.
That's
wait for the Starlink, Elon Musk Starlink thing.
That's so crazy that he's doing that.
Can you pay for something with Dogecoin?
No, I couldn't even pay for anything with a Bitcoin.
You can pay you can pay for shit with Bitcoin.
I know you can pay.
Where?
If you try to gamble online,
there's this like
you go to the dark web and
there's this little
buy
known
stuff.
thing called the internet, and you can buy shit with Bitcoin.
Hold on, okay, Matt. Like, so you could go to Amazon.com and order something and pay for it with Bitcoin on the internet.
There's a couple of steps in between, but yeah.
What I don't understand is
find gold from the hills and I can pay for it with anything. There's only
who's gonna accept Bitcoin? Like you're like, here, I'll give you one Bitcoin. It's worth $36,000 right now, and then like 2 seconds later, it's worth $30,000. You're like, holy shit, you owe me another $6,000. Nope, I paid you $36,000.
Not anymore.
I had to pay the guys up in Calgary for that fantasy football league that I was in. And the coolest part is they're like, oh, entry fee's $100. And then we had a hard time figuring out how to get them money. And so then he's like, one of the guys was like, I'm gonna have to get my daughter to put PayPal on my phone. And then he goes and he's like, all right, I'm ready to pay. And so I was like, okay, $100. I was like, oh shit. It does the exchange rate for you.
Nice.
It knew I was sending it to Canada. So $84.30 is 100 American. So I was like, this is a bargain.
That's where we all go buy our Rolexes from.
Yeah, seriously.
Canada?
They're the Philippines.
El Paso Electric, I think, is a publicly traded company.
Is that? Hold on. What's the time frame on there? 24 months?
This is today.
That's 24 hours.
24 hours.
1 year.
What did Bitcoin start off at?
120.
So
well, this is 126. It was cheaper than that when it first came out.
20.
But
that was 2014 for people.
But look
at 24. Thanks. Thanks. 2014, $127.
Just ignore the price. It's all that's relative. Look at the shape that, and then go to essentially the shape that it makes to go back. Go back. So go to right there a little after December, that peak in December 2017.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So look at the shape that it makes like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now go back to Dogecoin. So it's flatlined and then it peaks and then it does that little
drops
up and down. Okay. 2017. So go back to Dogecoin. Did you just hit back? Or no?
No, I wanted to keep them both open so we could AB them, but my internet's gonna freak out.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. All right. So we're here at all.
No, not all. Do the month. So yeah, so look at that. Look at what that there's that flat line.
Mm-hmm.
And the only problem is that Bitcoin one was in 17, so that's like 3, I mean there's just some similarities in that graph with that flat line, big spike, then kind of up, that kind of that guy where you're like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah. But I mean, at this point, it seems like it's well worth it for all of us to have like $50 in Dogecoin. And then if it ever gets up to the Bitcoin price, like you're like, I got $2 million sitting in my account right now.
No, yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. No.
that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Like everybody should be packing like $100 in Dogecoin.
Yeah. I mean, if you have $100 to throw away, might as well put it where it could potentially make you rich.
Yeah, explode. Yeah.
You could put that in Dogecoin or AMC.
How do you buy Dogecoin? Where do you get that shit?
On Robinhood.
Robinhood. Nobody wants Robinhood.
Right now, fuck Robinhood.
Webull.
You can get it on Webull?
It's not on Webull.
It's not on?
No.
I don't think you're going to be able to buy Dogecoin on TD Ameritrade or Fidelity yet. Well, I mean, even you can't even buy Bitcoin on TD Ameritrade. The only way I'm vested in Bitcoin is that I have Grayscale, which is a trust that's publicly traded that's backed by Bitcoin, allegedly, if it even exists. But yeah, I feel like they could all just lie to you and be like, yeah, we have like a fucking $3 billion in Bitcoin right now.
Yeah.
And we're sitting.
What's up with that? To get away from cryptocurrency, what's up with the Neo company and that article that you sent out, about like the Chinese government owning essentially like all of Neo, and so it's propped up.
I didn't really read it. That was more for Kelly's info since he had it.
That stinks to high hell because that reminds me of that Luckin Coffee shit.
Mm-hmm. It totally is. It's exactly the same. Like the Chinese government props it up with their own investing or their own funds, and then the company is just like a shell company. Essentially, there's like they don't have any way to make money because it's gonna all be anything that's gonna be made is gonna be paid back to the Chinese government. There's not going to be anything for the investors to realize it.
I read this really interesting article about how the Chinese government is literally in the middle of in the midst of this process of stepping on their own dick because they've had this incredible explosion by like it kind of embracing some regulation, the Jack Ma thing. He's fucking, on the Forbes list. He creates what's it called? Alibaba, which is like the Chinese Amazon.
He's on the milk box right now.
Yeah, he's definitely on a milk box, and he may or may not be somebody's
What's a milk box, guys? It's a milk carton. Did you mean milk box?
Do you see the gray? Do you see the gray in his beard? Milk box, Kel. So
if it was a jar, I got mine in a jar from the milkman from Macau. I was just like, milk box cereal. I feel like, that's just funny.
I think Dogecoin heard me talking.
It's a cube. Is it a cube?
Yeah.
I think Dogecoin heard me talking shit about them.
You got a box
because I think Dogecoin heard me talking shit about them because it's on a steep dive right now.
We have that type of influence. Our audience. We were like, what the fuck is a Dogecoin and why does it make us monies?
And then they looked at it and were like, well, I'm not buying that shit.
But the Chinese government, going back to what they're doing, they're in this process, and this is the Jack Ma thing. Like he literally was disappeared after this. He was talking about supervision. So I don't know what supervision means to them in China, but he was praising, their capitalization rates and the way that they're monetizing financing their business ventures. And they've really adopted American model of leveraging and using debt and that kind of thing to grow. But for whatever reason, the powers that be within the Chinese government want them to take a lot more of a conservative approach. So they were starting to supervise these businesses that were making, very big moves towards growth. And when you're in a company and you're trying to make big moves towards growth, you go into debt. You know, you take on debt to go for growth. So what's been happening with a lot of Chinese companies is that they're having like party members starting to infiltrate the boards of these companies, and the government is literally occupying space, like on the board of directors at Alibaba, and occupying space. So like what it's going to end up doing, and I guess the thesis or the you know whatever the point of the article that this guy was writing is that though China looks like this behemoth and that things are that they're going to take over, one of the problems that they run into is the ideological problem that they run into, where they want to have all of this government control, government oversight. They want to have the government be in these companies, but not realizing that the reason that they've been prosperous like crazy for the last 20 years is that it was the reduction of that exact thing. So you know, the trajectory for China might not necessarily be as rose-colored as a lot of people are making it out to be, just because of these kind of fundamentals on an ideological level.
It's definitely not based on your coffee chain investment. I did the same thing. I invested in them too.
Yeah. I made a little money for a minute, and I watched it tank. And the Luckin Coffee deal, and just for anybody who doesn't know what happened, they were cooking the fucking books the whole time.
Totally.
They made up the numbers. It was like Nick had said about Neo, like it was like a shell game.
They're propped up by these internal forces.
You can make a really good argument though that Tesla, in some way, I mean, it's not by any means to the extent or the level, but the fact that Tesla, you get these rebates and these subsidies for getting a car, that does influence their market share and their ability to sell a car at a certain price. But totally. I mean, we're talking about 2 or 3%. We're not talking about the whole fucking thing. You know, I think that's the big difference.
Yeah. One more topic on the stock side of thing before we've been on this topic for a little while now. So we hit on Baby Helena's sort of investing strategy last week.
Yeah, the 500.
So I think we're going to sort of take a 3-prong approach to that. We're going to do about $50 in Dogecoin.
Nice.
We're going to do $50 in Sundial. She loves marijuana. and then the rest is probably Apple. Because Kelso already said he was going to give me $20 of that penny stock.
You own half the company now.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I think that's the outline. So $400 essentially into Apple. And
speaking of Apple, do you guys hear about Kia? Do you guys hear about this? Kia.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Kia
there was a bunch of rumors
Hyundai.
that it was Hyundai, right? But it's Kia. They like essentially have partnered with Kia to build Apple cars.
And supposedly neither company really wants to do it. Like Hyundai or Kia don't really want to do it because they don't want to give away like the ownership, and like they don't want Apple to control their company and say you got to do this, you got to do that. They don't want that direction from Apple. They think Apple's just going to sort of take over and
of course they are
push them out of the process.
Apple investing $3.6 billion in Kia for Apple car production, report says.
What happened to Hyundai? Did they just like,
No, that's some old shit. That's the X, man. We're talking Kia right now.
Are Hyundai and Kia essentially the same company? Like
that's a great
I think they use the same engines and everything. I don't know.
Really?
Are
they both Korean? Are they both Korean?
Yeah, they're both South Korean.
Genesis and Hyundai were the same. It seems like Genesis was the higher end.
Sega Genesis is
Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis, yeah.
Genesis.
But the Genesis is like the luxury line of a Hyundai. I had the both unfortunate and fortunate experience of having a Kia for a couple of days, and the only reason I say it's unfortunate is I'm not used to driving a car. So like for like a whole day, I felt like I was the fucking minnow among sharks driving around town. But after you kind of get over just the difference of being in a truck to driving a car, that car's nice. It for a little, I mean, it probably was a pretty inexpensive little sedan, but man, it hauled ass, and it was a nice, like, pretty well built car. I was pleasantly surprised by the Kia.
I agree. You see some of those nicer Hyundais and Kias coming out. You know,
Yeah.
they're putting the pressure on
Absolutely.
especially at the price point that they come in at. They're putting the pressure on the big ones. So
I think
I
I was
mean,
telling I was telling you about this earlier, Eric and Kel. I don't think I filled you in on this one, Nick, but I went with my buddy Ryan, who I think you meant to go. What is that? Dogecoin order? Ah, a boy.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
how many did you get?
He's getting a $28,000 worth of Dogecoin.
$100 worth.
Nice.
Oh, $100.
2,232 Dogecoin.
Nicely
Yeah.
done.
So
Nice.
2,232 Dogecoin. When that hits 2,232, 2232
When it hits
times
35,000.
times 35,000,
Yeah.
you're at 78 million right there.
You saw it here first.
You saw it here first.
78 million.
Kelly, I
and
think we
he's
need to- I will
88 years old.
I think we need to revisit the Fort plane discussion talks right now. We're in negotiations on when we get our airplane.
Let's wait for that.
You get a plane. You get a plane. Dogecoin hits 35,000. You get a plane. You oh, look under your chair right now, Matt. You get a plane, and you
There's
get
a model plane.
It was 100. I'm not gonna do anything else in Robinhood. Like, I literally put $100 in there and bought $100 worth of Dogecoin. $100.
Yeah.
We spent more on bourbon today.
I don't know if this is true or
Humble
not.
brag.
It's on Wikipedia, but it says that Hyundai Motor Company owns 33% of Kia.
No shit.
Really?
Did
Yeah.
not know that.
The Kia that
That's like a third.
the Kia that I was driving around, I think it was an Optima. I mean, it was a nice car, man. It freaking hauled a little ass. It had a little four banger in it, but it was good. But
Well-
we went. I'm impressed with how inexpensive a car is.
We can segment to the ball section because LeBron James actually likes Kia.
Yeah, he has a. I
Like-
don't know what he has, but
He
Probably owns
promotes,
half of it.
he promotes some sort of Kia Cadenza.
he's
or
endorsed
something.
or was endorsed. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the
bet
Kia the Kia that he's in. You don't find it at any Kia dealership.
Is it the
But-
Stinger?
Oh, it's the
Heck
K.
no,
It was an older one. It's the
he's sitting in-
K900.
he's sitting in the back seat and it reclines and everything.
No shit.
Yeah.
So they have like a luxury line.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
Dude,
the
I'm
7.
into
It's like a
this.
7 Series BMW.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. That's the 7
I
Series
bet that
BMW 's
lady
a
that tried to
sexy-ass
fight
car.
LeBron doesn't drive a Kia.
She did. Her and her husband get kicked out.
yeah, they did.
Well,
What were
did
they
you
saying?
hear-
They were just heckling him, or what were
Yeah,
they
they were
saying to
talking.
him?
They were talking shit. So the like either Barstool or someone went and got the tapes and like listened to what he said, and all LeBron said was old steroid ass man or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
And then they showed a photo of him, and it's like, oh my god, like for sure.
Well, I think that it was they were saying from what I read is that the guy was saying LeBron was on steroids, and then they went back and found the picture of the lady's husband, and he yoked, but yeah, no, he's an old
Oh
dude.
yeah, he's like
old dude
100 years
yeah.
older than her.
Yeah, their ad campaign was this K900 fit for a king.
This is a nice car. Look
60
at that.
60K.
5 out of 5 by Kelly Blue Book.
Oh, go scroll back down. Let me see the inside.
It's a nice car. Yeah.
Wow.
I would get it.
Yeah.
I would
That's
definitely
a
ride
really
that.
That's
nice
nice.
looking car. I
Looks
I
nice.
always love that kind of butterscotch colored leather. I always
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
That's a classy look.
You could put it in
Go
a
to
fucking
the second row. Yeah.
shitty car, and it would feel.
shit. That's like a Rolls
wow.
Royce. Dude,
Damn.
you could like control all the porn you're watching with this thing right
Yeah.
here. Like
If they
Wow.
had a moonroof that opened all the way back there, so
I bet it does.
That just ejected off. Just pull
It has
cord.
mood
just have
lighting.
your
that's how you
but-
kill goose right there. Is
Hey,
it's got the
go to
ejection
the
seat.
distinctive mood lighting section.
There's that?
Yeah.
Oh,
scroll
no
down
shit.
again.
Yeah. Oh,
Right there, 64
Oh.
colors.
dude, I wonder how many
Oh.
babies have
yeah.
been made in this fucking car.
Look at that.
That's pretty
Purple.
Fancy.
The Prince drove this car.
good.
This is a 2020 model K900 for
60K.
$59,900.
$59,000, 60 grand.
Damn. For your perfect atmosphere for your driving and lifestyle.
Announce your
If
arrival.
you're a rock star.
What is it like? You know what's funny is like, what is it about design in a weird way where I'm looking at this and I go, yeah, that's an Asian car. Like it's weird. Like it just looks Asian. I don't know.
You're racist.
No, but like,
Yeah.
like the ones I think it's the ratio. Like
I
it's the
did it,
ratio
baby.
of the windows. Like I feel like a lot of the Honda and Toyotas, like they have a lot of window. Where like in American cars, like you look at the Camaro and the windows on the Camaro are absolutely
Oh,
tiny.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even
you know
know
what
if
I
you
mean?
can
Like-
go through a drive-through and order outside of a Camaro because
It's a
the
terrible
windows are so
design.
No, it's
The
bad.
worst.
No, absolutely bad. But for whatever reason, that ratio of like body panel to window is kind of like Asian. Like, but it makes more sense because you have all of that glass. Like, it is nice being in there where you have all of that glass.
Yeah.
And what's wild is like when you look, and I'm gonna try to pull up a like.
See,
the
I think
Camaro-
I don't. To me, it's not the windows. It's I think the issue with Kia is Kia has some weird curvature transitions. So instead of having like all these really like eyebrow type soft arches, a couple of the curves on that car are really round, and it sticks out because all the like if you lined up
Yeah, like,
Porsche, a BMW, they've got very sleek lines, and for some reason,
American cars are more rigid. Look like
yeah, straight. Well, American cars
Straight.
always seem to be more straight lines, like.
Yeah.
But that Kia,
blocks.
it's the curve for me. It's the curve above the front windshield going to the ceiling, and the curve on the back of the car going down. That's what always seems to stand out on a Kia for me. And
right.
you look at a lot of other luxury cars, and it's these real soft lines, and Kia sometimes just has. Although if you look at the Kia Optima does not look like that.
No, that's true. Yeah, the Kia Optima definitely looks a little more
But the
flowy.
Kia Optima's not 60K either.
fair, very fair. But like just by comparison,
Are you sure?
I don't know. But by comparison, so here's a
I'll
Malibu.
buy one right now.
That's
I'm
a
a
new
Malibu.
If that's their top of the
But look
line
at-
car,
Look at how small the windows are in that Malibu compared to the compared
pull
to
up
the
an
Kia.
Optima, Matt.
Optima. Kia
but look-
Optima.
But Matt, but go back to that last one. Look at that curve on the back. It's a hatchback almost, and then this one,
Yeah.
it doesn't
And
feel
that-
like that. It's
Dude, you know what tripped me the fuck out one time when I finally saw a Tesla Model S.
That's a
like,
nice Malibu.
It looks sharp.
That's-
Like
nice.
it really is.
That
It
must
looks
be
sharp.
that sick
Have you seen,
Malibu
like,
that
the
they've been
older
asking me about my
Malibus?
Yeah,
warranty
dude,
on.
they're hot trash, dude. The Malibu,
Older
like,
Malibus are
oh my
awful
God.
looking. This
Yeah,
is
hot-
this is like a
That's the best of Malibu.
Mercedes
I keep
Maybach
getting-
compared to the old Malibu.
I get mail. I get
I'm a-
mail about my Chevy Malibu all the time.
I have a relatively amusing car story. One of my buddies bought a brand new Chevy Cruze, and he took it off the lot, and he got it home, and as he was driving home, he realized it didn't have cruise control. It's a Chevy Cruze. You're like, you buy a brand new car and it doesn't have cruise control, and it's named Cruise. It's ridiculous.
It's
That's
named
hot
after
garbage.
Tom Cruise,
Yeah.
maybe. Kia Optima.
I'm looking. Yeah, share that, Kel, because all I could find is the Sting. Oh, dude, the Stinger is
You
dope.
were just on the website, Matt.
I know, but they
Just
don't
look
make.
up
I don't think they make the Optima anymore.
You just
Really?
drove one.
Well, no, but I mean, I think it was like a 2019 that I was driving. Because watch, look, fellas, like, so I'm on the website, and sedans, it's the Rio, the Forte, the K5, the Stinger, the Cadenza, and the K900.
Oh no.
We better get
no
a
shit.
fucking check from Kia today. God bless.
Yeah.
No shit.
Like
The
I didn't
Optima's
have. I
out.
was not planning to look at Kias with you guys for 20 minutes, but
Oh
I'm,
no,
I'm having a great
absolutely
time.
Not. This is
No.
totally off topic. We don't
How
have
many-
the
How many K900s do you think LeBron has?
I hope 69.
one, and it's in
One
the
that they
very.
gave
It's in the very back, and it
Yeah.
has 10 miles on it.
if he was on MTV Cribs, you wouldn't see the K900 anywhere.
Well, he might have to for a contract
True.
reasons.
Maybe the
Yeah.
Kia. Maybe it's not the Optima that I'm thinking of. What?
Maybe it's
no,
the K5. Maybe they changed the
Maybe
name
No,
of
they
the
they
changed
did.
Optima
They
to
did
the
the
K5.
Optima, but maybe Matt's right. Maybe they don't make that
That's-
line anymore.
Maybe
That's
they're
a
calling it
great-
the K5 though.
I can't find an.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what
Yeah,
fucking
they're
trips me
I
out?
saw one. I mean, that's super nice.
It's a nice car. What trips
The
me
most
out is
expensive Kia Optima I can find on Auto Trader is $22,000.
that's amazing. Look
the
at this.
most expensive one.
Look. This is a
I
nice
told
looking
you
car.
it's not close in price, Kelly.
You were right. You win.
Damn, this is 23.5.
How much is
Starting
one
at
of these?
23.5.
How much is one of these? 23.5?
Turbocharged, it said.
Dude, I'm getting a Kia. This is nice.
It's got a turbo button.
That's
Like-
not a bad looking car.
Not at
Yeah.
all.
It
I like the
kind of
look of that
looks like the Malibu.
Yeah, it does look like the Malibu.
What I was about to say about
Huh.
about this configuration is like, did you know that the Model S, the Tesla Model S, is kind of a hatchback? Like it is. The Tesla Model S is a
Yeah.
hatchback, and this is like a hatchback.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
it's a hatchback for sure.
Yeah. I mean, and that's super convenient because like you can get a lot more shit in there. Like it's kind of funny that like we're seeing this like morph of like a sedan because this is like half sedan, half station wagon with how it like fades, but it looks nice. I think it looks really, really nice.
Hey, now that we're on the vehicle conversation, if you're sharing your screen, Matt, can you do a quick Google search for Scion XB truck conversion? Because I think this is what we needed to do for Mark.
Nick
Scion
always has
XB.
ideas for Mark's new the Fort vehicle.
Scion XB truck conversion. We
Let's
can
see
get
if
a
there's
Scion
one
XB for like $20.
Dude, this is amazing.
XV.
Yeah. We have to do the metal work ourselves. We have to cut the back of the thing off and then make it into a truck bed. It's pretty sweet though.
Look at the beach truck version.
You're not sharing your.
You
screen.
have to share it.
I'm not sharing.
No.
Oh, sorry,
I mean,
guys.
you're on the Malibu.
Oh, my bad. You know what I did is I didn't share my screen. I shared the window, so I need to get better at that. Sorry. Sorry. I was
window
looking
to the
at him.
wall.
There we go. Yep. There we go.
Amateur.
Window. The screen is the window into the soul. I've heard.
Yeah. No, but I think we could get a Scion XB for like
Look at that thing. That's funny. Oh, I like the little monster truck one. Looks like a
Yeah,
that one
looks
is
like
cool.
a stomper.
Looks like a big wheel.
Do you know what stompers are, Matt?
No.
Oh, those are hilarious.
Kelly, did
Those
you
are
have
so cool.
stompers?
Dude, it doesn't even,
Stumpers,
it
are
doesn't
those
even-
the little cars?
There's a
that would
school bus. Sorry.
They're the little cars. It's like just a box.
Yeah, it's just a little. It's just so stompers look like go down, Matt. I don't know. You need like the 4-wheel, the big one.
So is it called a stomper truck or something like that?
So stompers were like little trucks back in the day that took a AA battery, and
You just turn them on and they
you
went.
just turned them on and they went.
Yeah.
Like,
I do kind of remember those.
I had a whole bunch of stompers. They're cool.
We can get a Scion
Yeah,
XB
there
for
you go.
probably like $1,000. Yeah, the stompers
Really?
are so much fun. Some of the tires are foam.
I never had foam tire stompers, but I remember them getting stuck in like
Those
people's hair and stuff. Like Nick, your hair right now,
Yeah.
dangerous for stompers.
The stomper
Yeah, Nick,
magnet.
Is that just your COVID hair? Is that what's going on? Because we had several comments about Nick's hair
I
on the
know.
about yeah.
The stomper trucks on eBay right now, for each individual stomper, if you still had stompers you can sell them for about $40 each.
No, really.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
still
have to
has
look.
them.
Yeah.
For sure. Dude, have you seen his garage? He has them. They're somewhere.
My parents kept everything from.
You
my
need
childhood.
to let me go through your garage and list all your crap, and then we'll invest it in Dogecoin.
Yeah, we need to do that. All right. What are we talking about next?
We got a little sidetracked.
No, it was fun, guys. I'm glad we got sidetracked.
We're going to Ruidoso for the Super Bowl. Does anyone
yeah.
care about the Super Bowl?
I do.
Is it happening?
You got money on it? Is that why?
Oh yeah, we need to
should.
do a bet.
That would have been
We're doing a live
that would have
bet.
been a better investment than
should.
AMC, motherfuck me.
Hey, do a just Kelso, just place a bet on the coin toss, heads or tails.
Let me see. Let me.
I'm
bring it up.
wondering why Matt's so invested in this game if he
Super
doesn't
Bowl?
have any money on it because he's not a fan of either team.
Yeah. Why do you care, Matt?
I like
I
Brady.
could care less. I
I like
really
Brady.
No, I just want to see a good game. That's all.
I like Brady. I
Don't
like
even
Brady.
care.
I want to see Brady. I want to see Brady go out, win the fucking Super Bowl, and retire. I think that's the
He's not
biggest.
gonna retire.
He's not gonna
He
retire.
ain't retiring.
No,
No,
that's my
Not if he
ideal
wins.
scenario. I want to see Brady go in, win, retire. I think that'd be the coolest shit ever. Just to go out on top. Don't be
Did
a
you guys
bastard
see
somewhere.
how
That
that
would be a-
Gronk faked his workouts?
Yeah,
No, what happened?
love it. He was-
So because they had like Zoom workouts, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of working out, he just filmed himself and then he just changed shirts and he faked the coaches out that he was working out. He did one session and just changed shirts.
so they thought he was working out like 5 days out of the week, and he only worked out like 1 day out of the week.
All right, let me log in.
I bet you on Bovada, if you can find the prop bet that Brady retires after the game, that would have incredible odds.
Yeah, the problem with Bovada is their props have been garbage lately.
Yeah, their props
So,
suck.
all right, let's see here. I'll take.
Kel, if there's that bet, put money on it for me.
Okay, I'll do Kansas City minus 3.5. I'll
Do
take
like a three-part parlay or something.
I know, but the way that they've had these put together, it's been really hard to figure out because I've got first half, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and then some other ones, but it won't always let me link them, you know. So sometimes I can't do but if I do this, the over under is 56. I think there's going to be points scored.
Over, yeah.
So if I've got that there, and then so what's funny is I've got those two bets.
So
You
the
know what
Chiefs
would be-
are favored by 3.
You know what'd be hilarious is if I took the Buccaneers plus 3
Yeah.
and the Chiefs money line, that would be like a super narrow.
That would be funny.
That I mean, because you know it's like if it's a 1 or 2 point game,
Yeah.
so I can get that. Let me see if it lets me.
It's funny, Bovada.
See, it won't.
Like-
It won't let me put those. It
Won't
won't
do
let me
it.
put those together. It will not. It will not let me make a parlay out of those.
Yeah. Bovada is like one of these offshore betting companies. Or
You're
they
probably
might be
gonna-
based
You're probably
in
going
the
to go to
UK.
jail now that you've mentioned it on the internet.
No. We have sports betting in New Mexico now at the
Oh.
casinos.
It's legal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Matt really thinks the extent of our podcast is legit. I like that. Matt's super optimistic.
Why not? Think
We-
they can.
You can go up to like Inn of the Mountain Gods, I think, and place a sports bet.
Yeah, no, you can bet. You can bet at the end. I don't know.
Yeah,
Prove.
I read most of Doyle Brunson's poker super system book, and he
Nice.
talks about how that was his like major downfall as he got really fucking addicted to betting on sports. So he was up millions and millions of dollars playing poker, and
he's a great
and-
poker player.
yeah, and then he got into sports betting and just lost his ass because he just he likes sports. So, but he got a lot of juice out of betting on sports, and I mean it definitely is way more fun to watch a game if you have money.
Oh,
for sure.
no question.
It is
Yeah.
so much more fun to watch a game if you have money on it. And I think
Okay,
that
here's some props. Here are some props. Let's see here. Burkett was the first person to teach me that, so it'll be funny being in Ruidoso with him. Passing yards. Patrick Mahomes. Man, these numbers are Patrick Mahomes 330.
No, I don't think he gets 330. Nope.
really,
Under.
yeah, I don't think he gets 330 yards passing. No,
The Tampa Bay defense is somewhat decent.
yeah, they're decent for sure. You know,
And then
I haven't.
Tom Brady's is 300.
He gets that.
I like that.
I like that better than Patrick.
Passing touchdowns. Mahomes 2.5, Brady 2.5.
I think they're both over on that.
Yeah,
You think so?
Yeah,
I think so too.
I mean, especially since we're thinking it's going to be a high scoring game.
Rushing yards, Clyde Edwards-Helaire over 32 yards. Darrell Williams 20, but Tampa Bay's run defense is legit.
They're stout.
I'm gonna go. Mahomes is 21.5. I'm gonna go under 21.5.
I like it.
Then Leonard Fournette 47, Ronald Jones 37, Tom Brady over 0.5 yards. So if he rushes for 1 yard,
you
dude,
have to take that.
Yeah, you got to take that.
You have to take that.
and then I
would put all my money on that one.
I'll take Jones for the over. So let me see here.
You can literally put like $100,000 that Tom Brady rushes for more than 0.5 yards.
Yeah.
What?
Some dude at the beginning of the season bet $8,000 on the Tampa Bay team to first of all win the NFC and go to the Super Bowl. So he's already won that portion of it. And then he bet for them to win the Super Bowl. And if they win the Super Bowl, his $8,000 bet's going to turn into like a $275,000 windfall.
Wow. $8,000 to 275,000.
Yeah.
It won't let me parlay these. That sucks. That's the most fun thing is to tie like 5 of them together.
Yeah.
For some bonus.
Since we're in the balls, we're in the balls segment, we got the Waste Management Phoenix Open going on right now, which is a sort of an annual tradition that we've experienced. Not this year, of course, but it's a ton of fun. It's a pro golf tournament that takes place every Super Bowl weekend in Phoenix. And it's just like, it's probably the rowdiest stop on the tour. There's this one hole, the 16th hole. It's a par 3, and it's just like the hole is surrounded by these stands, and every tour player that gets up to hit their ball, if they don't get the ball like within a couple inches of the flag, like everybody just boos them. It's just everybody's just chugging as much alcohol as they can in that section. It's just the rowdiest, funnest, like most fun golf tournament you could imagine.
It used to be.
Yeah.
And now it's not because everyone found out about it.
True. I saw an article today. Bubba Watson, he's playing in the Pro-Am, and he hit on the 16th, a par 3. He hit his driver. So I don't know where that ball ended up.
That's awesome. Plus,
is it weird that I'm shopping for a Kia right now?
No, they're nice. Check out the Tellurides.
Plus cool. 1,600.
I'm looking at the Tellurides.
The Tellurides are badass.
For Ashley.
Plus 1,600 for Tampa Bay to win in overtime.
Ooh. I like that a lot.
I mean, if the game were to go to double overtime, it's plus 4,000.
Sheesh.
Wow.
That's great. 1,600 plus 1,600.
Yeah.
The Palisade is also a nice one.
I mean, yeah, the Palisade. I mean, that's the Hyundai Kia sort of dilemma there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Hyundai Palisade is what it's called.
Hyundai Palisade. I'm more towards the Kia Telluride.
I like the Telluride a little more.
Yeah, I do too. It's a little bit more sporty. The Palisade's kind of like a fancier thing.
Yeah.
The Telluride's a little more sporty. And
have you priced out the different options on the Telluride?
Yeah. And what is it? The EX, I think. I mean, we live in the desert.
Yeah.
So you got to have vented leather seats.
Absolutely.
At least for me.
no doubt.
So, no, go to the Telluride. We're talking about Telluride, Matt. That's still those. Oh,
ooh.
Wow.
That's nice.
Wow.
I mean,
That is really nice.
Has smart charging.
This is a nice
There
looking
you go.
man. I mean,
I like the Telluride a lot.
Kel, you've driven a Range Rover before. I mean, how different is this than a? I mean, I don't.
probably just as complicated with all the knobbies.
The Range Rovers are
This is more reliable.
Warranty's definitely a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like British cars notoriously have bad electrics.
And I think those top of the line Tellurides, I mean, you're starting at 32, but
Yeah.
you're getting close to like the 60s, I think, at the top of the line.
For sure.
Top of the line.
Shit. That's a
So-
lot of money. That's a lot of money for a car.
Yeah. That's why.
Which is why that's a SUV.
That's why you should just get Ashley that Scion XB and make it into a truck.
For $20, right?
Yeah. She'll love it. Valentine's Day is coming up.
I'll just give her all my stompers if I can find them. Be like,
Yeah.
hey, there you go.
You can use this as a down payment for a Telluride.
Are you guys looking at because right now Ash is driving that Lexus? What you thinking about trading that in or?
Yeah. That's just been a bad luck car for us. And we're looking at I don't know, just our options right now. And the Telluride is something that I saw when it first came out. It's only the second year that they've been out.
Yeah.
So
Oh, really?
yeah, it's a fairly new. They always say never buy the first year.
Right.
With all the problems.
I can
But-
attest to that. I bought when the Harley Road Glide switched over to the new one. I got the brand new. It was in 2015 that the Harley Road Glide switched over to like whatever new electrics and the whole new model was. And that bike was a pain in the ass for a while. It was taken into the shop, warranty work, radio glitching out, like all kinds of weird shit was happened with that bike. And it finally settled in after it probably was in the shop like 3 or 4 times. But yeah, like it happens with that first, when they retool and they come up with the update on the model, like you're 100% right. Like that shit happens. And I can tell you right now, like I'm right there with you. Like if somebody said, oh, this is the brand new whatever, I'm like, I'll take the second. I'll take version 2.0 after they've kind of worked out what's fucked up. Yeah.
Right. No. So that Telluride it's a nice vehicle. It's SUV. It's a little bit bigger, so I like it. That it'll be a little bit safer, and I think it's a great price. I think you can get in a decent one for like around 40. So
yeah.
That's super crazy that's like a reasonable price for a car now. Because I just remember growing up that like, but it is. I mean, 40 is like a reasonable price for a car, and they're so expensive now. Yeah,
especially when you start looking at trucks.
Oh God,
like 70.
Well, when I went with Ryan to go get he bought a Jetta on Monday or whatever, and like he was telling me that he was looking at getting a truck, and like the newest truck he could find that was in his price range was like a 2011 or something. And he walked off the deal. What's super crazy is he went there to go look at a 2019 Jetta that had like 30,000 miles on it. And it was, they're asking like 16 grand. And he was like, I'll take it if they give it to me for 14.5. And so we went down there, we drove it, great car. I was really impressed with the Jetta. I mean, it's really nice car, solid. And we get down to negotiate, and he's like, well, I get that you guys are asking 16 or whatever for it, but like, Blue Book says that it's here, and if we go right down the middle, it's 14.5. So the guy goes, all right, cool, I'm gonna take that to the sales manager or whatever, and he comes back and goes, all right, they knocked like $500 off, and Ryan was like kind of ticked, and he goes, you know what, that's cool, like we'll just call it off. So the guy goes, time out. Let me go tell him that you guys want to walk, and we'll just see what we can do. So anyhow, he comes back and he comes out with a completely different car, and he goes, why don't you guys just take this brand new car for 16 flat? I'm like, how you guys can sell a new one for the same price that you had I don't I just walked away going like, I don't understand anything about
Yeah,
the fucking
brand new
Marcos.
with 0 miles.
It had
for
it
16.
had 41 miles.
Oh, 41. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
but yeah, it was like, what the fuck? I don't understand how that works. It's like dealer incentives or manufacturer incentives and something,
Yeah.
and I don't know how that shit works. It's fucking bizarre.
It's
But you
weird.
can get those types of deals, and I think you were saying that they have like different quotas that they got to meet as salespeople, and you know what'd be a fucking good guest would be to get somebody who sells cars.
Just that, well, we might not ever get the truth.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, one thing that I was gonna, I'd mentioned it to Matt, and I think this is, speaking of guests, I think this is a great time to segue into what we're drinking, because we had a really cool experience today over at the Elephant Ranch. And
Did you place a bet?
plus
Plus 1600. I do the overtime one.
I don't know. Here's if it was possible.
Yeah.
If it was possible, here's what I would have probably been like. Ooh, I wonder what I can do here. Let me see here.
I like I'm gonna do the plus 1600 overtime one. I like that one a lot.
I'll tell you what I thought was interesting, and if you placed a bet on it, what it would have been. I'm trying to find, where's my sports. Here we are. Where's my continue? Okay, so if someone was just goofing around and was like, you know what, I think the Buccaneers are going to be the first team to score, and they're going to score by a safety. First score of the game will be a Buccaneers safety. Okay.
Yeah.
You could bet $5 and win $225.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
It happened in the Broncos Seahawks game.
Yeah. It's not going to happen, but it's hilarious. If the Buccaneers win by exactly 2 points, you could bet $5 and win 175. Not crazy. Chiefs win in overtime is a $5 bet to win 60, and Chiefs -3 and over 56 on a $20 bet wins $53. So those are things you could do if you felt like betting.
Some prop bets.
If you felt like betting $35 on a game just for some dumb shit. Couldn't find anything on Brady retiring. But that could just be Bovada.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that side note, so me and E decided at the worst time in the history of Earth to drive to Picacho Hills. Yeah. After they shut down the highway, we actually took Calle del Norte, or what is it, Paseo del Norte? No, Calle.
Calle.
Yeah, Calle del Norte. Cruised around the back, ducked in, got in, got out. It was
always
smooth
a pretty,
sailing.
always a pretty drive too.
Dude, Picacho was back when we tried to leave Elephant Ranch. We got blocked in by cars backed up all the way to that light.
Damn.
Yeah.
So for anybody who doesn't know what happened today, there was a really bad incident where
officer involved shooting.
Yeah, officer involved shooting in Deming, and that state trooper passed away, and they chased the guy all the way to Las Cruces, and there was another shootout. And
it's online if you want to see. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And that officer who engaged with the suspect or whatever you want to put it, like, he got hit too. It was a mess, man.
His pit maneuver was perfect.
Yeah, he fucking gangstered the shit out of that pit maneuver. But I don't know how that dude, like, I don't know.
I know, dude. If you've watched the movie, what was that dumbass movie with James McAvoy and Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Wanted or something? Like, that's what it felt like. How, dude, that car spins around and he's stepping out of the car shooting like assassin.
He got lucky as shit getting out of that truck like that. Like, I don't know how, like, he must have been hot. Like, it just pure luck that he got out and managed to start squeezing him off on that poor.
Too bad he wasn't crushed immediately when he was trying to get out of the truck.
Oh,
yeah. I wish he would have been.
Yeah.
Well, after when you watch that video and you see how many cops, that dude recording, you just hear pop, 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 like it. I mean, it's got to
No,
be like,
yeah, it
video.
was like a OK Corral type gunfight. It
Wow.
sounded like it was just shots going off like
yeah, that
crazy.
dude, that's a death wish. But nonetheless, we wanted, because we're going to Rudoso.
Yeah, what'd you
and
get?
we're sitting there, we're like, we're gonna get some bourbon to take over there. I wanted to order
Kelly wanted to order some Pappy.
Pappy. I wanted to order Pappy, but
10-year Pappy, but you know, time
What-
frame got short, and
What's
we weren't
what's
able
market
to do
price?
that.
What's market price on a 10-year Pappy right now?
$1,000 right now.
1,000.
1,000?
Secondary price is $1,000.
So
Retail.
I found one for 900 that I was gonna pull the trigger on.
Retail. When we went to El Paso, was it 2 years ago already?
Yeah,
Josh got that bottle for $100 retail.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
crazy.
sold it.
And then sold it for $200. I told him I would have bought it for $200.
Right?
I didn't know he was selling it, so.
I know, man.
I probably still would have had it corked. So,
Yeah. That's a good investment bottle.
Well,
Yeah.
it's really interesting where you talk about bourbons, or I even remember when we were going through cards and stuff. Like there are those things that there's only so much of, right? And
Right.
there's only so many Ken Griffey Jr. rookie cards, and there's only so many bottles of Pappy 10-year made every year. And it's so long as people really value that, like the price is going to be the price. And it's super bizarre to me. It was, I hadn't, when you took us down there, I didn't understand. Like that was my first window into the world of bourbon, where you're like, dude, we're going to this thing and they're going to raffle off the opportunity. And I thought when we went there, this is how fucking retarded I am. I thought when we went there, I was like, oh, like we put our money in for the raffle and then we win a bottle of bourbon.
oh,
And then it was like, no, you got to buy it. And I was like, what? Wait, I won the raffle. Like I didn't win shit because I'm terrible. I don't win raffles. That's just like my luck. But like,
So
I didn't understand that you won a raffle ticket that let you buy the bottle. Yeah, that blew my mind. But then now that I understand that whole world, it is kind of crazy that like they still sell. Like if you're Pappy, why do you sell it for $100 if market price is 1,000? To me, I feel like they're missing out on a shit ton of fucking money by saying that a bottle is $100 and that you get to, like, all of a sudden it gets to be this, really rare commodity that they can mark up.
I think we live in a world right now of whatever's rare is the secondary prices just fucking jumps like crazy. And
well, and that's literally the discussion we had. So we go to Elephant Ranch, and a friend of mine.
I have a second theory though. Pappy, they don't have an internet connection at Pappy Van Winkle.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
they don't know what's going on.
They don't know what's going on.
They're like $69 for this bottle. That's way too much.
They so that was legitimately part of the discussion that we had, because there's actually something that's occurring that's I don't know why they're doing it, but it's happening. So we go to Elephant Ranch, and a friend of mine that I met through another friend, Tara Paraguay, Dylan Nunn is the owner of this establishment, and it's essentially the old Guacamoles here in Las Cruces, and he went in and turned it into a super fun little bar before COVID hit. And but he also had the package, and he carries a lot of cool bourbons. And Eric and I just wanted to go over there just to check. A buddy of mine, the Foxworth GM, Tyson Brown, found a bottle of Blanton's just sitting in there and bought it. So we go over there through the traffic, trials and tribulations, and sure enough, Dylan actually strolled up while I think that's him. While we were browsing, while we were looking, he cruises up, and he takes us back. They did a good job with that website. Sharp.
Yeah.
He took us back into this room, the specialty room, and was showing us what they had. They had a 13-year-old Pappy rye for 1900, which was a little out of our price range. But then what's hilarious is if you look that up on the secondary market right now, $3,200 for it at like some crazy stuff. So that, it's just one of those things where it's crazy what it is. But he had a bottle of Colonel Taylor.
Colonel Taylor, yeah.
So he had a bottle of Colonel Taylor. What it was a single barrel, and he was like, he just grabbed it and was like, he poured us a little. He was like, hey,
actually had this. Yeah, he had this bottle, Colonel Taylor single barrel.
Yeah, he took us back and just to talk to us about it.
What does single barrel mean? Like in bourbon, what does a single barrel thing mean?
It's from that barrel.
Okay. It's not mixed with anything.
It's not mixed. It's not mixed with another barrel. It's everything is from that barrel only.
Gotcha.
So he was telling us what's crazy is even Buffalo Trace as a fucking bourbon is limiting their releases. And they are all these distilleries, all these craft bourbon makers are only giving the higher end bottles to the people that sell the most of what they manufacture. So he has to try to get these special bottles. And he said last year he tried to get Colonel Taylor and nada mucho. So, it's interesting,
and
because I think they realize
that's bizarre, because we've had this conversation about Buffalo Trace where you for a clip there, you could find it at Walmart.
Right.
It's at Walmart.
I mean, and like that's one of my bang for your buck. That's a badass bourbon, man.
But
that's
one of the things that we came up with an idea, because our idea with this whole podcast and with what we're trying to do, and especially that business aspect, is we had a really good time sitting there talking with him, talking about the Colonel Taylor, and talking about, he said he has a bottle of Old Forester in there that's just dog shit. And it's really funny because he's like, yeah, I don't know. He goes, you got to go pick your own barrel, and it's gross. Whatever barrel they pick sucks. But I realized that it'd be really fun to have Dylan on here and have him, really educate us on some bourbon type stuff. He was just super. I mean, he's just a freaking the coolest guy, and he's so stinking nice that I thought what we could do is one of the things we have to make sure is, in an effort to support local small businesses.
Yep.
I think we need to make an effort to go over there and make sure that even if you're paying $4 more for a Buffalo Trace, Matt.
Yeah.
We should make sure to instead of Walmart Neighborhood Market, although I know it's great, we need to make sure that we spend a little extra. And so I bought a bottle for the trip tomorrow of Stag Junior, and did we pay a little more than you normally would? Who cares? Eric was like, I can't believe that they have a bottle. And I feel like when that comes out of Eric's mouth, it's like, well, we're gonna buy it. So screw it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Here in Las Cruces, we don't get a lot of different bourbons here. But are you guys seeing my screen right now?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Crazy. $329, $333 for single barrel Colonel Taylor. And so I shared a story with Dylan when Celebrate was going out of business on Telshore. I got a bottle of single barrel for $40.
Wow.
$40. And I got a bottle of small batch for $20.
Damn.
And I wish I would have bought all of them.
Yeah, you should have.
Because you can't go to any liquor. I mean, well, we don't have a lot of liquor stores here, but you can't go to any place here and even find it anymore. Damn. Which is it's crazy. Yeah. And to see the Stag there, I mean, I'm kind of looking around and I'm like, oh, I like that. And then I'm like, oh, this Stag, wow.
Well, and then what we'll do when we have him on the show is we'll all go over there when he's not there and buy a bottle. And when we start talking about it, we'll be like, hey, this is a bottle that I got at
Ooh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Let's just hope he doesn't listen to let's just hope he doesn't listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
I know. I'm gonna have to send him a link for just episode 2.
Could we go to Kentucky, assuming that they have much more better selection of all these different types of bourbon, and buy a vast variety of different bourbons and bring them back here and sell them on the secondary market?
So they just passed a law where,
of course they did,
where the the distilleries are going to be, you're able to get them shipped pretty soon.
Oh,
I don't know if
hey,
it-
a
I don't know if it's-
deregulation law. I love
yeah,
it.
I don't know if it's in
Dims.
effect yet, but
well,
that's going to happen. Peerless, I don't know much about Peerless bourbon. It looks interesting to me, but they're actually shipping already.
damn.
So
So is that going to drive down the price on the secondary market?
I think
Has
it would.
to, right?
I think it would, but I mean, still with some of these, they're limited production. Still with the Pappies and the birthday bourbon and the George T. Stagg and Thomas Handy.
What? Speaking of which, what are you drinking tonight, E?
Tonight, I am drinking a bourbon that is not out of Kentucky. I'm drinking Smoke Wagon, which my wife got me
From Laredo.
She found
Las Vegas.
she got this in Phoenix, and it's actually out of Nevada, and it's not sold in New Mexico yet, but every time the owner, his name's Aaron, every time he's on Instagram Live, I say, when are we getting this in New Mexico? Because it is one of the bourbons right now. The bottle is super from my reading of it, the bottle is super old school. He's got some really cool details.
Yeah,
he's got
that bottle
silver dollar sized stamp right here.
Yeah,
which he actually had to get permission from the U.S. Mint to do that.
Oh, because of the design. And is it got pistols on there?
It's got pistols, and it has, I forget what the saying in Greek is, but it's super good. I have a bottle of this is small batch. I have a bottle of uncut and unfiltered that I'll probably drink next time on the show. But he's a super cool owner. If anyone's on Instagram, follow Aaron_NV Distilling. Super cool guy. And he just wants people to enjoy his bourbon. There was even he does giveaways, and there was I believe it was last month. He, instead of selling it, this special batch, I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but he actually you could enter in the contest to say what you were grateful for in this COVID time, and he chose winners, and instead of selling it, he sent out everything that he had to people. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
What's everyone else drinking tonight?
I like it.
What do you like about it? You didn't. You told us all about the guy, but you didn't tell us.
It's just so smooth. I mean, because it's not available here, I'm not drinking much of it, but it's just a smooth bourbon, and it tastes delicious. That's what I don't have. Are you
neat with it right now? Yeah, neat or?
I had one ice cube. That's all I need. That's how I've been drinking most of my bourbon lately. But it's
Matt. Yeah,
I'm rocking just my old faithful here. So, thanks to Eric, I've graduated a little bit past old granddad, and this is kind of my new gold go-to is the Old Forester, the 86 proof.
86.
That was the one that tastes like dog shit.
No. This is good, man. This is good. And what's great is this bourbon.
Have you not already drank that on here?
No, I had the bottle in bond Old Forester last time.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's a little fancier. This is just this is a $23 bottle. It's good. It tastes great, and it's
so Old Forester makes a lot of different products. It's not like just, well, even Blanton's has a single barrel. They have the gold top higher proof Blanton's, which is supposed to be more available here in this next year. But I think Old Forester they have a lot of products that it's not just one single thing.
Gotcha.
Single bourbon.
What do you think?
Yeah, so Matt, just as far as drinking it, what were you saying?
No, I mean it's just solid, you know. It's it's just good. I don't. It's got a little bit of a spice to it. It's not like overpowering. It's not out of control. It's a smooth bourbon for an inexpensive bourbon. I think like if somebody's just wanting to have just something to have in the cabinet, like it's a great one. It's a really great bourbon. I like this one. I think in the same vein, like I probably would prefer Buffalo Trace to this at that price point, like with it being a 24 to 20, like that might be just my preference a little bit. I think Buffalo Trace is smoother. But I just can't knock just the straight up, Old Forester 86. It's good. It's a good bourbon. It's easy to drink.
Are you neat on it right now? You just
I got a couple ice cubes. Nothing crazy. Yeah.
I didn't know anything about this one when I bought it, but it was just up on the shelf at Walgreens. And it's a sneaky good bourbon. Like it's I feel like I've got mine with a big block. I went and got the ice blocks out of the fridge.
Nice.
And so I've had the first one, and I feel like I'm at that perfect point of enough ice has melted that it's this weird, like this is like, I don't know, like this is just.
Is that the same bottle that you had in Lincoln?
Can you go into some, is it?
Yeah.
So
can you go into some detail? Why do some people want to have a little bit of water in there? Like, what's up with that? Because people say put a splash of water. Even like, what's up with that?
I think it just lets some of the aromas out and some of the tastes out.
And for me, it's also, what I like about it is, it's a temperature thing. Like it's just it's almost refreshing. It's a little,
So my here's my deal with some of these that are, especially if they're higher proof, is once they're opened, they get to breathe a little bit and they sit and they get more oxygen in there. So they become smoother as they're open. I think that's something that happened to the Blantons that we had the other night. Was because it had been there and
they
probably
cracked it open and
where we were at, probably not a lot of people are drinking Blantons. So
right.
It's that. So the first time I had Blantons, which is why I couldn't guess what it was, is the first time I had Blantons, that might have been a fresh bottle, and that Kentucky burn was just like, holy shit. And I was a novice bourbon guy that when I first had it. So this time we had it the other night, I was like, that's not Bland's. No way. That's not. And I think
this is 92 proof, so it's a little less than what you said, but I think there could be a lot to that because I just poured my stuff into another one so I could just go neat and see.
Right.
It the review on it says 5-year-old non-chill filtered straight bourbon is an instant classic, soft nose with hints of strawberry, baked apricot, and nutmeg with a full mouthfeel that finishes long and delicious. So 2016 Ultimate Spirits Challenge Gold Medal Award winner.
I'm disappointed
94.
because
It's a 94 rating.
I don't hear anything about all the schnitzel and pork back and chicken tendies.
So Kelly,
it has to have like scotches because we're unsophisticated and we don't like our liquors to taste like sausage and meatballs.
Bring that this weekend, Kelly, because I want it. When I first had it in Lincoln, didn't like it.
Okay.
And now that you've had it for a while and it's had a chance to breathe, I'm interested in tasting it.
Right now, it's so fucking good. It's so good. It's so good.
And Matt, I think why you like Buffalo Trace a little bit better, it's a little bit higher proof than that particular Old Forester. Not by much. I think it's 90. I think Buffalo Trace is 90.
Eric, what was the name of yours? Yours again?
Smoke Wagon.
Smoke Wagon.
This Maze is a 94. No, Smoke Wagon. They won't let it. Total Wine.
I'm at 100 proof right now for Smoke Wagon.
Well, I'm looking at Total Wine to see if it comes up all stores.
Not gonna find it.
Really?
Smoke Wagon unfiltered. Found it. Item not available. Pickup in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
The uncut. Is yours the uncut unfiltered or the small batch?
I'm drinking small batch right now, but I do have an uncut unfiltered.
$51.
For the small batch.
Bought a high rye in the heart of a century-old brick warehouse. Cool. Doesn't have a grade on it, and then So what
So
old
the-
Forester? What old Forester do you have, Matt?
Just the 86 proof, the first bottled bourbon.
So the
What is that?
the smoke.
Am I getting it wrong? It just.
I-
What do you call this one? 86
Let me see.
proof, old
Just,
Forester bourbon.
Yeah, 86. That's what I would call it.
Yeah, that's
I
the
don't-
one. That's what I'm rocking.
So the smoke wagon, where they get their bourbon from, is, I mentioned, I believe last podcast, is where I bought the stock, where they get where they allocate their bourbon from, MGPI. So
Old Forester's got a 95 rating. Crazy. It's one
Really?
above. Yeah, but it's $38. I don't know why I don't know why it keeps bringing up my location as Orlando, fucking Florida. Like, I don't know.
Are you using a VPN?
No,
You dirty dog. You're using a VPN.
dude, I don't even understand that acronym. Very important nursing.
Very important.
So Old Forester 86, when I pull it up, is for some reason I'm in California and it's $14.99.
US?
At $14.99, I would buy all of them.
Or is it Bitcoin? Nick, why are you so red all the time?
Dogecoin. All right, Nick. Wait,
My lighting.
No,
My
Nick.
lighting.
Yeah, no,
I'd like
Nick.
this bare light bulb.
Nick's fucked up.
No. He got up and left, and so when
Got
he
up
came
and
back
left,
because
yep.
of the camera, remember,
yeah.
Eric? It
Oh,
happened
yeah.
the same thing. If you get up and leave with the gray screen, you're fucked when it comes to color. Nick, what do you drink?
So to piggyback on the local topic, I did Little Toad Creek Brewery and Distillery. So I got a 6-pack of different types of mojitos. So I got the traditional mojito, 10% alcohol, and then I did a gin and grapefruit, their version of the Moscow Mule.
Okay.
The gin and grapefruit one is delicious.
Well, you know how we feel about greyhounds and salty
Yeah,
dogs. So
for
we're
sure.
we're already grapefruit friendly.
So I mean, this one is amazing. I'm just
tell
doing a
us
little bit
a
of
little bit
ice
of-
action with it.
Tell
Was
us a
it-
little
was that-
bit
was that-
about
was
Little
that-
Toad.
Was that a double entendre of being grapefruit friendly?
It's great. It's grape and great. Yeah. So
A little bit.
Little Toe Creek. I think they started off in Silver City, New Mexico.
I think so.
They got
Heard of
their start up there. They decided to expand, so they expanded
Distillery
to
though, right? Where
they're a
start as-
brewery and a distillery.
Did you know by chance you know which one they did first? We'll have to get Mikey in here to explain.
The Silver City. I don't know which one they did first. I'm assuming
I just
probably
remember
the
the
brewery.
distillery first. I remember
Yeah.
I remember them showing up to them. What's that brew fest? Remember they used to have the brew fest at the convention center, and they were here, but they only had alcohol.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I remember.
It says so they were founded 2012. They started up their process. They started in a remote inn and tavern in Lake Roberts, New Mexico, surrounded by the Gila Wilderness. And so I guess they started
it's
up their stuff
pronounced
there, and then
Gila.
they moved to Silver City, and then they've expanded to their second location here in Las Cruces, right downtown, next to the downtown area. Once we get back into the swing of things after we get out of this COVID stuff, I think it's going to be super cool again.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully everybody reopens and everybody starts visiting that area again. But
Sure would be
Little Toad
nice.
Creek
Should be
has
nice
always-
if there's lots of places to live down there. Just saying.
yeah, that would be.
That'd be a really smart move for the city, is to just allow people to live downtown.
I'm gonna buy
I
a
would
little piece of
live downtown.
land.
I'd
I'm
live
gonna buy a
downtown.
little vacant lot right in that historic area, and then
just gonna
have you
move
guys
in.
build something.
I don't think
I'm
we
gonna
should
move
talk
into that
about
building.
vacant lots in downtown.
Yeah, that's
Las Cruces.
multifamily.
I'm gonna move into that building that I like.
No,
Nice,
but
Nick.
It's local brewery that, I mean, obviously I think all breweries and bar related things are struggling right now because you can't really go inside. We have to sit outside or take it to go. And so I went there. I got the mojito, the 2 different types of mojitos, and then I got a growler of just like their blonde.
Is
beer.
it like
Wait.
a 6-pack? Is it a
Nick,
6-pack that you get with 2 flavors?
Nick, did you go outside?
I went. We drove over there.
Wait a second. You got out of the car?
Drove over there, and I got out of the car. And I put my mask on, and I walked in there. And there was other people in there.
Did you make eye contact with people?
No. No.
Are you in quarantine right now?
Yep.
I know. You don't.
Next 2
You
weeks.
even touch the baby.
Nobody touches the baby.
Yeah.
My little baby's laying in here just asleep like a
So,
weirdo.
Yep. A taste of the Southwest with Little Toad Creek. It's
Nice,
nice. Fun to support local.
Oh, I'm telling you, we have to take a shot. We have to come up with clever ways to support some local places.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I think it's like it'd be neat. And then the cool thing is Matt and I were talking about this in an effort to grow the podcast. When we like to get really diverse with who we have on here, because think about their social media influence, their circle of friends, and how, we're really looking for that exponential growth. Even I thought it was super cool last night when we were playing trivia at Broken Spoke, and FYI, we are going to sponsor Buck Cherry coming to Las Cruces and playing.
Maybe Nick can come out for that.
Yeah, we'll be the lead sponsor with Chris Reyes and Frontline Heating and Cooling. And I told him you can have all the advertising. Just put our logo in there small somewhere, but we'll pay. All we want is the space and the bartender. But I did think it was cool.
What's their one song?
Hey, you're a crazy bitch, but you F so good. I don't know why I say I'm F.
I don't know why
you're a crazy bitch, but you fuck so good. I'm on top of it.
You think they'll sing that?
They better.
They have to.
I
That's
think
the only song anybody knows by.
If they want to get an applause,
they want to get our sponsorship money. They fucking have to.
I saw Buck Cherry open for Avenged Sevenfold, like probably like 5, 6, 7 years ago. They were dog shit.
So let's not
For
talk about
someone
that.
who's worried about
now.
everyone listening, just wait till it gets back to them. And now they're like,
yeah,
fuck these guys.
So
I think our multifamily.
They looked so wasted when they fucking they were fucking drunk, dude.
Trash.
Yeah,
but no. What I was saying.
Side note, though, let's. Kelly and I were talking about this earlier, and where we're going to be placed, and so we need to invest in some beads and water balloons for the show. So
we call them COVID balloons.
COVID balloons, yeah.
But no, something that I thought was funny last night, and I don't know if I feel like everyone heard it and picked up on it, but I didn't. I don't know if you guys got the warm fuzzies like I did when Erica was like, "Hey, I really like your podcast," and I was like,
"Oh yeah,
fucking A, thank you." So I just think that's cool. A person who doesn't have to like anything about us.
Right.
Doesn't have to, doesn't need to, doesn't anything. Said something nice. I think that's cool.
Nice.
no,
yeah, for sure.
really cool."
Yeah.
No, that was
Exactly.
definitely cool. I had definitely thought about that since, and I was like, man, that's kind of wild that somebody actually goes, "Hey, like the podcast." We're like,
Yeah, somebody who we didn't have contact with, or say anything to,
Bingo.
mention it to.
Bingo.
and
Didn't
it
bring
tripped
it
me out
up.
to the extent that like, oh shit, like I should probably not talk shit about Buck Cherry, like just randomly. Fuck them.
Yeah,
But you think-
they won't be on the
Fuck you.
podcast.
Fuck you,
and
Buck
think
Cherry.
that.
Listen to this fucking podcast. You suck, you schoolboy bitches. No, I'm kidding. Buck Cherry, you're great. Whatever.
Let's have them on next week.
I'm gonna call their guy. I got the number to their guy.
Yeah, that'll be the title of the podcast. It's like BAB-3 is Buck Cherry a schoolboy bitch? Question mark.
Well, I mean, it goes right along with the bee theme.
Plays right in.
Oh, are we done here, fellas? Is that
Yeah,
it?
it's time to.
We've
In the
gone
next
for a while.
we got about 4 minutes to wind it down for an hour and minute long podcast.
That means we're having fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I
Having
know.
Hopefully,
No, I know. But there just ain't no way to like, unless like, how would you, the problem that I would like to point out is how do you fucking listen to an hour and 50-minute long podcast unless you're driving across country.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I think you're right. Like if you're like on a long drive or whatever, but there's so many people with jobs that are just boring as shit.
Yeah.
And they just literally like, they're not even paying attention to what we're saying. They're just liking the fact that there's a conversation or some white noise behind whatever they're doing. And it's like people just talking and having a good time for real. Like it's like a vibe thing. Like, oh, I just like the vibe of this conversation. It's fun to listen to. I hear like just having that behind them. And if you're one of those people, like, subscribe and share and just say that
I think we're to the point where we need to discuss how to incentivize doing some of those things. You know, one of the big things that we always push as our political, regardless of how our political opinions align, we're very big on incentivizing and rewarding people for trying to do, like doing things that we're trying to come up. So we really need to come up with a clever, for our very first giveaway, something fun. I'm the president-elect of the Las Cruces Home Builders Association, and I hit up a dude at Navien, and he donated.
Rigged election.
Totally rigged.
Recount.
I literally, it's very much like the new party in charge in Myanmar. That I was just like, I'm in. It's me. And but I talked to Navien.
Are there paper ballots or is this all electronic?
No, it's mostly just like, are you good? Yeah. It's like your whole COVID.
Just raise your hand,
like,
or
anyone with COVID. And
it's called a compa election. It's a New Mexico.
But we're having an online auction to try to raise money because the Home Builders Association's been very limited in what type of events. And I just hit a buddy up who's helped us. I wouldn't even say he's helped us because we don't do enough volume for him to be like, I'm going to take care of you. But he donated a Navien tankless hot water heater to, you're not supposed to say hot water heater. That's redundant. It's a water heater, a Navien tankless water. If you're heating hot water, you're an idiot. A Navien tankless water heater. He donated one for the auction, dude.
Hot steam tankless water heater.
How much do those things go for?
Oh, $1,500?
10 million.
So if I bid less than 1,500, I'm golden.
It's if you take hold on 100 times 15 times 20, 36,000 Dogecoin.
Yeah, I'll donate some Dogecoin and a Star Wars script.
I bought Dogecoin tonight for 100. I have your Star Wars script. I bought Dogecoin tonight. So I'm telling you, $78 million later.
Rocket ship.
Rocket ship.
To
the
moon.
Oh man.
Yeah,
well,
I saw that post. So I'll find something that I was going to sell on eBay, but I'll donate instead.
Okay. Yeah, no. And that's the thing. If there's if you guys think of something and want to donate it, it'll be great. I'm going to talk to Jason. I'm going to talk to Jason White. I'm going to try to get like 4 rounds of golf for 4 people. Like, just some stuff where I'm like, nothing crazy, but in this time, like every little bit helps. And
talk to Nate and see if you can get a playground in somebody's backyard.
I'm going to get an entire playground. He donated a slide and 1 swing. $670,000 of playground.
I hope Nate listens to this podcast. I'm going to text him right now.
X or play. If you don't know, you cannot afford it.
Matt, when does this go up on?
Probably tomorrow because not tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna do my best to edit.
I'll text him later.
You guys are driving to Ruidoso tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm going now. Fuck it. I'm leaving. See you guys.
I'm going now.
You leaving now?
I don't know if they'll let me in. It's way too early, but I doubt anyone's there.
No, probably not.
You just get in the jacuzzi?
Matt says he's gonna sleep in the jacuzzi, and I said challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. I don't know, but
we got a good Super Bowl weekend.
It's going to be the best. It's going to be the best. I can't wait. I can't wait for the podcast afterwards because it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have Burke on. We're going to do
our first guest.
First guest. Yeah, very first guest. It's going to be so dope. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about a lot of things that people are going to get to come. Well, and it's not going to just be the trip. We're going to get to pick Ryan Burkett's brain about business and life and all kinds of shit. And I think it's a rare opportunity in a way to hear from somebody who's his age, who has accomplished so much and has one of the sharpest minds for a lot of things that I think a lot of people are trying to do.
Heavy hitter.
Yeah, he's a heavy hitter. He's a heavy hitter. And what's great is like he's one of the coolest dudes. I always, you know what's funny? I was talking.
Don't tell the story about
I won't, you know what? I won't tell this. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it because
I hope he does it from his rat rod. With it on
while driving on his phone.
Yeah.
We don't hear.
We won't be able to hear him.
The only thing
Ryan
that sucks,
Burkett getting that.
The only thing that sucks about the trip. There's only one thing that sucks about the trip.
Nick's not coming.
Nick can't go.
Nick's not
the
going.
only thing that sucks.
So let's
year,
zoom in.
folks.
Nick. Let's zoom in Nick at least while we're there, so he can hang out for a little bit. And
love it.
One of the other things I wanted to do while we were there was, get the Burt Kreischer and Tom Segura deal with Warren Sapp that they have going on Super Bowl Sunday, so we can hear all the crazy shit that those three are talking. So it's like $10. I'm getting it, and we'll have to figure out how to stream it. But
one other thing that we're going to do over there, speaking about investments, is speaking of Nate Tierney. Nate hit me up today and goes, let's build something in Ruidoso. And he sent me a link to a little bitty house that's $300 a square foot, built brand new. And I'm like, we can beat that. We can beat that. $300 a square foot. So while we're there, although someone, not mentioning names, has to sneak back over to Las Cruces Saturday morning, play in a golf tournament, turn around, come back. I was going to say that you guys,
you owe me $100 because you're not doing that.
No.
Oh, dude, I'm cashing that in. That's the
we're
easy
gonna look. Yeah, we're definitely gonna look at some properties over there.
Cool thing. Mark Stolberg and Lindsay know a real estate agent over there. So
I thought you were a real estate agent.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. I mean, like, I'm not repping no crew right now, but yeah, I got my license.
Why pay somebody else?
Hey,
No. We don't pay them. We just get them to show us all the important shit, very nuanced, and then we'll just cut them out of the deal, and I'll do it.
All that shit's on Zillow.
Hey, Kelso, the house directly east of our house is for sale right now for $250,000.
250,000.
Yeah,
250. I hope it sells because my parents are gonna sell the house that I used to live in across the street.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is that house? No. It's the house by Kilgore that we have.
The house, the Kilgore
that I rent out. Theirs is a little bigger. Theirs is 1,600 square feet.
Yeah, so 150 more square feet.
150 more square feet. We bought that thing. Burkett was our real estate agent.
Yeah,
and we bought that thing for $162,000.
Shut up! I didn't know. I didn't know
on
that
the market.
Price.
Yeah, 41 or 40. Oh, 400 4110. What are we? 4110.
4110 Santiago.
And I think they're like 4104.
Yeah. Right across the street. Like
No. Same side.
Really?
I thought it was an even number.
I thought it was the other corner lot right across the street.
Kilgore, he knows all the prices like that. I guarantee he knows everything that's for sale near or around him.
Wow.
And how much it sold for.
Good for him. That's the way to be.
Was that?
Figure it out.
Mostly figure it out. Let's see here.
That's funny.
I'll tell you.
I think we need to move on to ending this, and then we'll go on to our post discussion.
Yeah, post discussion after hours. What's gonna happen in the future is the after hours is gonna be for Patreon users, something like that. We'll figure that out.
So, but I feel like if we did it alphabetic, I feel like we should close alphabetically moving forward, so we know who goes first.
Oh,
so
you're one.
K. I'm Kelly. I know it says Aaron.
You're Aaron. You need to change your name.
Go first.
So it's always going to be, you always go first. I go second. Matt goes third. Nick closes it. And when Nick closes it, it's like Nick, and this is the Bob with a long, short A.
Bab.
Yeah, like we're from Minnesota.
Bab.
Minnesota.
So, and that's how we finish it, and I like it. So
I'm
ready
E.
to go.
Thanks all for listening.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Matt. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm Nick. Thanks for checking out the BAB podcast. See y'all next week.
It's hard to say for some reason.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, BAB-Cast.
BAB.
The BAB.